Hello, everyone. It is Monday, November 13th, 2023, and that makes this week 4, day 1 of powerlifting training and road to regionals. So let's just jump into it and go over everything we did today. So, intensity is ramping up. Today was an RPE 7 day. We started out with some squats. I warmed up to a top set of 4. I believe I did 370. This was not that easy, but not that hard. I guess that's what a 7.5 difficulty is, but like I said before, I haven't been that confident in my squats. Even though I've made slight changes to my technique, I have more of a wider foot stance now and everything like that. So, yeah, I've been saying this that getting squat shoes will really help me, like just any heel elevated shoes. And I've looked into it. I've looked at some different brands. Like there's Tier 1, which has a really good pair of ones that have like a wide toe box, which lets you get a stronger base with your feet and everything like that. So that'd be a great help. I looked at some Nike ones, the Remelios. I looked at the Adi Power ones, which are the Adidas ones. So not sure about that yet, but gonna probably get one sometime soon. Hopefully before week 8, because week 7 I believe I deload. So in the next month or so, I should be getting a pair of those. And yeah, we dropped down to about 340, and we're doing those for sets of 4 sets of 5. Those were good, but I was extremely gassed with them. I got a couple different angles. I really wanted to see my depth, because I feel like I haven't been hitting depth recently. I didn't really get a good enough angle. As you can see here, this is like a .5 lens side shot, and the weights are too big for me to actually like see my depth. But other than that, squats were good. And then we moved on to bench press. So, like I said before, bench is probably my favorite of any lift, to be honest, even out of the big 3 and just beyond. My form has been great. Been really happy with that. We were working up to sets of 195, I believe, and we were doing 4 sets, 8 reps. So set 1, I was completely locked in, had an amazing setup, amazing everything. On rack, I think I did about 4 or 5 reps, and then out the corner of my eye, I see someone move my camera. So, like, yeah, I work out in a public gym, I work out at Good Life. My camera was right by, I don't even know what that thing's called. It's like the Bosu ball setup where people do like leg raises. It's like a core exercise. So I have my camera set up in there because the bench I primarily work out on is like in the corner of the gym, and I choose that bench, 1, because it's never taken, and 2, so I can record myself and not have people in the background, because I feel a bit uncomfortable having people in the background. But yeah, this guy just picked up my camera and moved it, and then he didn't even move it to a great place in the middle of my set. So yeah, that kind of pissed me off and threw me off. Like, 1, you could just wait. Like, I'm not going to be there for more than 20 more seconds. I think I was done in like 10 seconds after he moved it. So, I guess he just wasn't impatient, didn't want to wait. And then, secondly, like, it's my camera. Like, this is my thing. Like, obviously, it's recording me. It's mine, not yours. Maybe don't touch someone else's stuff without permission. But I can understand his point of view as well. Maybe he really needed to do his leg raises at that specific moment of time. He did that set, by the way, and then just left. Like, he just did it and then like left. There's other places to do that as well. There's like 3 of them in the other room, and that other room is like publicly known as well. Like that, you have to walk by them kind of to get into the gym. But whatever. That's how the first set went. Other than that, everything was great. With bench, my form is good. I wrapped up for all of these sets too, so proud of myself for that, using the equipment that I spent a lot of money on and equipment I'm using for competition. And then I actually ended up getting that angle again for my fourth set, because I really wanted, like, that's a really good angle. I think it's a good angle. Yeah. After bench, we got into some single leg extension. These were good. Just kind of going through and everything like that. Pretty fatigued with my quads and everything like that. And after that, we did some lat pull downs with a neutral grip, just working on feeling out the back, and I guess just building a better back, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything we did for today in training. Really excited to start ramping up on deadlift and to ramp up in general. Next week is RPE 8, so very excited for that. Don't ask me why. I'm looking forward to next week on the first day of week 4 of training, but yeah, things have been good other than that one bench set. Haven't had any injuries too, so I'm very blessed with that. Nothing with my shoulder. My shoulder actually feels really strong, and yeah, like I haven't been doing much mobility or any kind of stretching, to be honest, before any of my workouts. Just kind of ramping up in weight, getting to my working set, and then just going through it. Also, the cardio not cardio, the core and the stretching that I should be doing post workout, I haven't really been doing. Today I actually did cable crunches, which was the first time I've done like the proper core for a workout in like 4 training days. But yeah, been skipping out on that, so that hasn't been the greatest. I said I should be doing it more, but I don't know if that's happening. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, this has been day 1, week 4 powerlifting training, road to regionals. I'll see you guys for day 2. Hey everyone, hope all you're having a good day today. I know that I am. It is November 15th, 2023, and it is day 2, week 4 powerlifting training and road to regionals. So let's just go over everything we did today. So today was like a bench and then posterior chain kind of day. And on bench, I'm happy to finally say we worked up to 225. So did some warm up, did some stretches, and then worked up to a top set of 225 for 4 reps. This went pretty well. Funnily enough, just like last training day, I had my wrists wrapped up. I was in the zone, music's playing, ready to do my set. And then right before I did, I saw a guy come and motion to me and like ask if I can move the camera out the way so he can use the machine, which is preferred compared to him just picking up my camera, moving it mid-set. So, but yeah, thanks to that guy for being kind and not just grabbing my phone and moving it out the way. But yeah, other than that, bench was good. 225 went really well. We dropped down after. I think we dropped down to 195. Yeah, or I think it was 205. Yeah, we dropped down to 205 and then did some sets of up to 4 sets of 5. All those went well. I've been trying a new technique for my descent and my pause. It's mostly seen in strongmen or in like high-level benchers who are really high weight classes. Instead of having the bar kind of resting on the top part of your chest or just kind of touching it and pausing it, they let the bar sink into their chest more. I guess that helps kind of with like an explosive like rebound bounce kind of movement. But one, that's kind of iffy on judging. So if you don't have like strong judges at your competition, they might see the bar still sinking and moving into your chest and not give you the up command. And 2, just doing that in general, you don't have as much control when you're just pausing and pressing off your chest. So I'm going to experiment around my bench form. I still have a lot of weeks left of training and everything like that. So we'll see what the bench looks like near week 10, week 9, week 11, right before the final week. But yeah, that was how bench went. Right after, went into RDLs, and this is when it all came downhill. We were supposed to work up to 335 for a double, which actually I think I did last week, and that was extremely hard, doing that just for a triple. But yeah, doing that for a double. I unrack, walk out, first set. I start descending, and I just never came back up. So the strength was not there. I had to deadlift it back up off the ground. Even deadlifting it, you could see like my upper back is rounded. Like it was not a good deadlift at all. And yeah, the strength wasn't there. Wasn't feeling good. Even on the back down sets, when I went to 245 for 3 sets of 7, I could feel like on my left side, my ribs and everything, just even touching it right now, it just not feel good. So I don't know what happened. I think it could just be from the way I slept or my belt, because I wear my belt pretty high and pretty tight. So, maybe my belt is like squishing my organs and destroying my ribs. I don't know. That's something we're going to monitor, and I guess we're going to make sure I start dying in the future from that. Yeah. And then after that, we got into glute bridges. We did these for 3 sets of 10, I believe. And man, I hate glute bridges. Like this day is becoming my least favorite day. I think I like the pin squat day 3 in my program more than day 2. But yeah, glute bridges, is what it is. Not a movement I've done before this program, but still doing all right, I guess. I'm trying to pause more at the top, but really when I'm doing 10 reps, I'm just rushing through it. By rep 6, I'm tired of this. I want to be done. Let's finish the set. So still balancing, being locked in and just trying to, get through the movement. After glute bridges, it was single arm tricep extension. I should be doing dumbbells according to the program, but like I said, I'm doing cables. I'm not using dumbbells. My left arm I did first, and that felt really well. I did like a perfect mile rep set. Went to a failure, waited a couple seconds, and then did 3 more reps. Right arm, I could not do that. I think I have I have a lot of elbow pain. And like every time I was extending my arm, like my elbow was just like creaking and just hurting. So I just didn't force myself too much. I was also moving towards like mechanical failure. So when I can't complete the movement properly, I'm not going to compromise my form just to complete like a arbitrary repetition. So, once I couldn't do that with my right arm, I called it. And that was the same thing I did with my left on the first set. And then, yeah, after tricep extensions, I was supposed to do core, but so yeah, like the majority of days of this program, I skipped core, but I skipped core and then decided to do some cardio after. So I went on the stationary bike, got on Netflix, watched some One Piece, and I think I was on the bike for like 45, 50 minutes, something like that. But yeah, I'm also trying to actively lose some weight slowly. I'm about 170, 169-ish pounds. From what I can remember, I weighed myself a couple days ago, and I got to get down to like 163.3. I think that's what 74 kilos is when converted to pounds. So yeah, I got to start going down in weight, getting closer and closer to that. I don't want to cut too abruptly because that's going to affect my strength and affect my carbs and everything like that, so I'm able to perform. Honestly, I probably should have cut weight right before I went on this program, or I should have cut weight in the first couple weeks, because from this week onwards, everything's just going to get a lot harder. So we'll see what we can do there. But happy with today's training, excited for tomorrow, excited for squats, and very much excited to deadlift on Saturday. But yeah, this has been day 2, week 4 powerlifting training, and I'll see you guys for day 3. Hey everyone, hope all you're having a great day today. I know that I am. It's an absolutely beautiful day to have a beautiful day. It is Thursday, November 16th, 2023, and this is day 3, week 4 of powerlifting training and road to regionals. So yeah, today was the big squat day. We work up to a top single and then do some pin squats, very grip bench, pen lay rows, and then some accessories. So yeah, just going over the squat, jumping right into things. We worked up to a big 405. So yeah, this is the first time that I think about a month, honestly, since I started the program, that I've even touched 405. This was supposed to be RPE 7.5, meaning that like I could do about 2 or 3 more. I really wanted to make sure I could do 405 as well. I haven't been feeling that strong in squat, like I said, because I haven't had squat shoes, but the 405 went pretty well. I'm working on a new kind of command that I'm telling myself. People give themselves kind of like cues when they're doing certain lifts. So for bench, a cue they'll have is just pull the bar off with your lats, let it sink, and then push up. Some people have some deadlift cues they do for sumo and conventional, but the cue I'm working on for my squat is just let my bum sink in and sink into the hole I made for myself by having my foot stance pretty wide. Speaking of wide foot stance, I really do need to get squat shoes, but instead of getting squat shoes, look at this. Like, okay, come on. I know some of you guys don't know what this is. This is the new Le Mans Elixir Cologne. Oh, dude, this is so nice. This is like, listen, squat shoes, being able to squat 500 pounds. Yeah. This is better. I'll take this instead. Like this. Oh my God, man. Oh, like it just smells so good. It smells so good. I'm actually addicted to buying cologne. I'm gonna have the nicest cologne collection ever for someone who squats 500 pounds. Believe me. Anyways, yeah. So squat was good. Need to get squat shoes. I'll do that eventually if I quit my cologne addiction. And then we went to pin squats after that. So like I said last week, I've been doing more of a narrow stance when it comes to pin squats, just working on pushing my bum back, having my knees go forward over my toes, just working on form in that regards. Have the safeties decently high, like I'm getting my bum decently low. I don't know how low I'm supposed to be going on these pin squats here. But yeah, these were pretty good. I also experimented on my last set, which I believe I did 4 sets of these of 350 pounds. On my last set, I did a pretty wide grip on the bar just to test that out. And it didn't feel that bad. I still was pretty tight in my back, so I'm going to experiment with that. I've always gone as narrow as I can just because in my head, I'm like, okay, this means that I'm going to be tight. Like my back's going to be tight. This means I'm going to be able to kind of push the bar and pull at the same time. Compared to when I'm wide, I guess pushing doesn't really do that much. I don't know. We'll experiment around with our hand grip on the squat rack. I'm going to try next session doing a wide grip like how I did for pin squats. After that, very grip bench, I did, I believe, pinkies on inner ring, so fairly narrow. Not as narrow as I did last time I was benching, but fairly narrow. And we worked up with 200 pounds. So yeah, we did 200, I believe, for 4 sets of, or it was about 4 sets of 7. This one was just gauging, like it said, go until you can't do about 3 more reps. So I just kept it pretty safe, pretty conservative, doing 200 for 7. I wrapped up every single time too, got some good angles. But yeah, no one this time walking in front of my camera when I'm filming. So happy with that. Happy I got to get all these sets recorded. Happy with my elbow path and my unrack and everything like that. I do got to start getting people to come and spot me just to unrack for me to kind of prepare for that. Because I feel like my first rep on bench is always the hardest, because I have to unrack and then kind of slightly adjust before I go, compared to if someone's unracking it for me, I have it exactly where I want it. And then after that, did some pen lay rows. I only recorded 2 sets of these. There was a bunch of people around me. I didn't want to get them in the shot. Just wanted to have some respect and courtesy for them. Like, I'm in a public gym. They probably don't want to be in my my video. But yeah, pen lay rows going well. Only did 135 again, just working on form. Trying to get sensation in my back and everything like that. And then for accessories, I actually skipped my second accessory. I only did cable lateral raises. These went well. Just going through the movements and everything like that. But yeah, I'm excited to work out again on Saturday. Have a rest day tomorrow, and then go into Saturday mentally prepared, fresh, and ready to start deadlifting. I think I get to do 385 next deadlift session. So, happy and excited for that. Excited to also get around 405 sometime soon on deadlift for reps. So yeah, this has been day 3, week 4 of powerlifting training and road to regionals. I'll see you guys for the final day. Hello everyone, hope everyone's having a great day today. It is November 18th, 2023, and it is day 4, week 4 of powerlifting training and road to regionals. So let's just go over everything we did today. So today is the longest day of the week for us in the gym. We were here for about 3.5-ish hours, a very long time. We started the day with some deadlifts. So we worked up to a top set of 4, and it was supposed to be an RPE 7.5 set. So we did some calculations, thought about things, and loaded up 385. I think this was the heaviest set of 4 I've ever done on deadlift. Like, I think 385 I've only ever done for 3. Maybe I've done it for a set of 5, but I think the triples mostly done with 385. But this went really well. I'm pretty happy with my form too. My bum isn't really rising when I'm pulling from the bottom. I feel strong at the bottom, incredibly strong in the middle and top position of my deadlift. And yeah, I'm just really happy with deadlifts and everything like that. Grip hasn't been an issue at all. I've been chalking up for all of these sets of deadlift over the 4 weeks of training. And yeah, really excited for next week. I think next week we're going to get to 405 or close to 405 for reps. So looking forward to that for sure. When we drop down to 350, and we're repping that as well for 4 sets of 4. And those were going well. I was looking at my upper back as well. All these camera angles aren't the greatest. I probably should have got some better angles of my deadlift, but the way things were in the gym, it was pretty packed. I wasn't trying to have my camera like intruding in everyone's space. So yeah, cameras, what we got. This angle's all we got. Also with my deadlift, something I noticed on these sets, I was experimenting with having my chest kind of up and out compared to my chest kind of caving in. The caving in is also attributed to thoracic rounding, which is kind of like a deadlifting technique where the thoracic part of your spine, which is like the upper part of your spine, is kind of rounded, and it stays in that rounded position for the entire lift. It makes you a little bit stronger off the floor, but then it's going to hinder you slightly in your lockout. But for me, locking out has never really been an issue. It's always been the floor. So for me, like that doesn't really bother me. And am I doing that properly? I don't know. I'm going to put up a side-by-side of myself and then another powerlifter who kind of has that same technique. It's also been really hard for me to learn from others' technique with deadlift, just because 1, everyone does sumo, I don't do sumo. 2, the people who do pull conventional are usually pretty short, and I'm not some giant, but I'm 5'11". Most people who pull conventional, I think, are like 5'6", and they have really different leverages compared to I do. Like, I have a pretty long torso, but I still have to pull the bar a pretty substantial range to get to my lockout. But this guy seems to have similar enough proportions to what I have. So I guess I could kind of use him to copy my deadlift. I don't know his name, by the way. Like, I know it, but I forgot. But yeah, that's how deadlifts went. After deadlifts went into Larson presses. This is the most we've done on Larson's. We've done 175 for 4 sets of 5, I believe, or 4 sets of 4. All these are pretty easy. Honestly, the hardest part about Larson's is just getting into the position. But once I'm there, it's not very difficult at all. Happy with Larson's. Happy with my bench form. I'm starting to feel a little bit of right shoulder pain, so I'm going to monitor that because that was the shoulder that was already weak that I hurt going for a 300 touch and go attempt. So we're going to put a pin in that one and make sure I don't hurt my shoulder anymore. And then after bench, we went to squats. And squats, I don't know what to say about squats today, to be honest. So usually we do 3 sets of 9 reps, which is absolutely brutal. But today I checked the program, 3 sets of 7. I can't even tell you how happy I was. It's just something like 2 reps off is just so much better. Like I cannot stand doing 9 reps. That's ridiculous, especially on squat of all lifts. Like I think I'd rather do 9 reps on deadlift than squat. Bull take, but whatever. Also tried something different. Like I was in a different squat rack that I usually am. This one doesn't have a mirror. So like I was saying in week 1, I believe, I need to practice getting depth without a mirror like just knowing what depth feels like, because I won't have a mirror in competition when I'm squatting, and I don't think I'm gonna have someone in the crowd like scream at me when I get to depth. So that's something I have to work on for sure, and something I worked on today. I also tried out a new grip stance. So as you can see, my hands are much wider than before. This is what some people tend to do when they squat low bar. They have their hands really wide. And I guess they're focusing more on pulling the bar down into them than kind of pushing and pulling at the same time. So I experimented with this, and it wasn't that bad. For higher reps, I'd say this grip isn't very reliable because the bar is sliding on your back. And I think in my set 2 and my set 3, the bar was sliding up and down my back. That's also attributed to my back. Like I'm wearing a tank top, my upper back is sweaty. Like I don't have any chalk, or I don't have a very good like layer of resistance in between my back and the bar. So there's a lot of sliding and movement of the bar. But this stance is something I'm gonna try, like a wide stance with a wide grip. It looks a little bit goofy. Like I look kind of like I don't know, it just looks a little bit weird. But we have some time. We're only in week 4. We got got 8 weeks left of training, so we'll experiment around and we'll see what the squat form looks like by the end of things. Also, still need to get the squat shoes, so we'll wait for that. And then after squat, we got into accessories. First accessory I did was machine chest press. Then we did some leg curls, and then we did dumbbell hammer curls because I couldn't do it dumbbell hammer curls the previous day. Only recorded the chest press, so I'll show that now. While doing this too, in my entire workout, I was just like honestly checking out my physique. I'm like, I don't know, I really want to do men's or classic at some point, obviously as a natural, but getting into bodybuilding would be super cool, especially men's. I think I have good shape for men's physique. Classic, I don't really think I have the legs. Like my calves are tiny, and I think my quads aren't where they need to be to do men's. For classic, but I think men's I could probably do. I think I have good shape. I have a good V taper. I just have to work on my abs, and then obviously conditioning and being lean and everything like that. But I know how to cut, and if I had an actual coach or something like that, that'd definitely help me out. Like you can see on the chest press, I have striations on like my right pec and right shoulder, and right now I'm sitting I think around like 11. I'd say 11-12% body fat. Like I'm about 167 in the morning, at like 5'11", so I'm decently lean compared to the average person, but nothing ridiculous, nothing show ready, but still the vascularity, the striations, everything like that. Happy with that for sure. It makes me really want to get into bodybuilding and not powerlifting, but I'll stop boasting about how I look. So yeah, that was my day 4, week 4. Really excited for week 5, and really excited for hopefully the reps to start creeping down in all these sets. Like the squat going from 9 to 7. Let's get that down to like 5 or 6. Let's get that down pretty low because there's absolutely no time for doing anything more than 6 reps of any exercise, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, this has been day 4, week 4 of powerlifting training, road to regionals. I'll see you guys for week 5.